One of the modifications I figured I'd do while I was in here is actually take out the snorkels from my airbox. So we'll have to remove the tank in order to get under there. So right here, we're gonna have the 5mm bolts. There's 4 of those, 2 on each side. You're gonna carefully release your fuel line, and then there's the connector cable in the back in order to carefully lift off your tank here. You want to also release the lines that you have on the left side of the gas tank too. There's going to be 2 of those, so don't forget to do that too. And then you'll have your airbox. You actually don't have to remove the whole airbox. All we're going to do is actually just open it up. So we're going to remove these screws all around the perimeter there. Once you remove your perimeter screws, you're going to be able to see your kind of velocity stacks you have here. These ones are geared, this bike's meant for newer riders, so these ones are, pretty medium and a really long one, so these are more for low to mid-range. For racing ones, you'll get them shorter and shorter, and the shorter they are, the basically higher in the rev range that you're going to get some power to. So yeah, for now we're just going to keep these like that. We're going to go ahead and remove this screw so that we can remove the air filter here, and then right under there is where we have the snorkels. You can actually see the front of the snorkels right on the front here. So those are what we're going to remove in a second. Once you remove your air filters, this is what the inside of your airbox will look like. Some people even actually cut out the front here, and they, you can either leave it just open or you can get a ram air mount. But yeah, I don't know. We'll see how things will go. We'll just kind of take it one step at a time. Not too hard to get in here on such a small bike. So for now, we're just going to change out this, or I guess remove actually the snorkels. And yeah, it's supposed to help with some mid-range and make the bike sound a little better too. So as you can see here, now your airbox is a lot more open now that those snorkels are removed. Then we're just going to put our air filter back on here, close it up, and yeah, we'll take it for a spin once we get it all back together, and we'll see how it feels compared to when we had it back in there. When dealing with things like this airbox case, it's good practice to kind of put it in a certain order. That order isn't sequential, but kind of just opposites. You want to maybe start over here and then switch to over here and then kind of go back and forth. And you don't want to torque anything down right away, but just start putting it in. So that way, as you're putting it in, every part of the airbox is starting to go down kind of at the same time. So that way you can get a nice flush seal. So there's a lot of, really important parts on the bike, when you use gaskets and things like that. So it's good practice to do that. And as I go kind of back and forth, at the end, I'll just kind of do it in a circle just to make sure I hit everything. But it's good practice to kind of go back and forth and get that even pressure out. So yeah, from here, we're just going to put in the gas tank, and then yeah, we'll be good to go to try it out once we put the fairings back on.